Hello and welcome to the Conscious Entrepreneurs Podcast, a series of inspiring interviews with spiritual leaders and entrepreneurs who have successfully turned their passion into their own business and who are dedicated to living their best possible life while making this world a better place through their work, offerings, and authentic presence. I'm your host, Anna Frolick. I am an intuitive guide and mentor for purpose-driven business owners who are ready to break free from their self-imposed limitations so they can confidently step into their true calling, make more money working less, and embrace the life their soul is craving. I'm so excited you're here with us, and I can't wait to introduce you to today's guest. For more information about this and past episodes, please visit www.annafrolic.com. Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Conscious Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm your host, Anna Frolic, and my guest today is Tami Anderson. Tami is a website and graphic designer who is dedicated to showing her clients how they can grow their business by using colors, logos, websites, and branding. She builds her websites with WordPress, which is a versatile, flexible platform great with editing and changes. As long as she can remember, she's always been obsessed with typeface and fonts, and she loves to create the most unique, personalized lettering to perfectly represent the brands she works with. Design is her passion, and she's happiest when creating gorgeous visuals that suit her clients' requirements. Yay! Welcome, Tami. I'm so happy to be here with you today. Thank you for deciding to join me today in this episode.
I'm so happy to be here too, Anna. So nice to finally meet you.
Likewise, yeah, feeling totally the same. So as you know, I've prepared a list of questions, and so I'm just gonna, get started, but we'll also go with the flow a little bit, as I always like to do this in these interviews. So first of all, I'd love to hear a little more about what exactly you're currently doing in your business, what types of services you offer, and also what kinds of clients you love to work with.
Okay, let's see. Currently, I just changed my services page to kind of hone it down a little bit and make it easier for my ideal client to pick what they need. And what I'm offering right now is just like my branding package, a website package, or a custom design package. Making it much easier that way rather than listing like 800 things on there. My ideal client would definitely be spiritual and creative entrepreneurs. Usually women. I'm more into like the feminine design, but I can go, either way. Whatever is right for my client.
Yeah, I absolutely love your designs. I always love your mood boards that you share on Facebook quite often. And I really love those magical vibes that you infuse into your branding. So how did you discover your passion for this kind of work, for web design, graphic design, and what inspired you to turn this passion into your own business?
Oh, that's kind of interesting. I went to school for 6 years and got 3 degrees and had 24 interviews in 24 months and couldn't really find a job, which is kind of strange, right? Eventually, I got a job at a newspaper that was tons of fun. The girls were great. I loved it, but the pay was horrible. And then a few months later, I got a job paying more than double as an industrial designer, but that was corporate, and it was contract. And when that ended, my business started. So it just kind of happened. I actually had many projects throughout the years of going to school and stuff. I was always getting projects. It was just the actual job that wasn't happening. So it just wasn't meant to be. The business was meant to be. Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
So my passion, though, actually, the web design part, I learned a very little bit in school. They taught us how to make an ugly website. And I'm like, I want to know how to make a pretty website. And I learned WordPress on my own then. I was out of determination and drive and put all my design skills into that.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of how I did it too. I was actually a web designer for a little while. I don't know if you know that. But,
yes, I remember you told me that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I learned it too, just through exploring the passion that kind of started when I was 17, and then
Very cool.
Yeah, kept developing it. So one thing I know about you is that you're also an intuitive, and that you like to use your intuitive gifts in your business. And can you share a little more about this with us? How do you use your intuitive gifts in your business and your design work? And why is this important to you?
I use it probably for all the designing that I do. I start with the mood board, but I don't really work on the projects until the intuition, the right time comes to me, and then it just flows and it just happens, and it happens quickly rather than trying to fight the process or something. I find it much easier to wait until until the flow is happening and get the job done. So much easier, so much better. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that. Definitely something I can relate to. Like I'm a creative person myself, and I always find it hard to force myself to get inspired or get creative. So I really like to allow the inspiration to come naturally, and then it's a lot more effortless too. So yeah,
right?
You can just let it flow. Would you say that your intuitive gifts and abilities also help you to really connect with what your clients need or want, and to kind of create designs that really reflect their personality and their core values in their business?
Yes, I believe so. A lot of times, when I first meet with them, even on the discovery call, I get a really good idea or a vision of what they want or need, or, with when they share their ideas with me. Yes.
And are there any other ways you like to work with your intuition? Do you do like readings? Or one thing I saw just today is that you created a deck of oracle cards, which is really beautiful. If you want, I would love to hear a little more about what inspired you to create this deck, actually. And also, are you selling this deck?
The deck actually is created with Amber Annette. I don't know if you've heard of her.
Yes. Yes, I have.
Yes. So I came up with all the designs, and she came up with the content. And it was actually about 1.5 years ago. And I can share the link with you. Oh, I don't have it handy right at the moment. After.
That's okay. Yeah, you can share it with me after. I'll put it in the show notes, and it'll be available on my website.
Okay, and that creating this deck was so much fun. It was definitely intuitive. I played this amazing music and stuff every time I'd work on them, and they were so much fun to do. It was really a great project for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's definitely a very beautiful deck, and I just saw a few cards just now, right before we got on the call, and I really like the vibes and beautiful, really beautiful design. And yeah, you've got like little messages on the back of the cards.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Photoshop is my thing. I just love anything in Photoshop. It's my favorite. Yep. I used to be like Illustrator queen, but that was like 2011, and then since 2011, it's as much Photoshop as I can get.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I never really got into Illustrator too much, but Photoshop. I actually have a pretty old version here on my computer, but it still works really well.
Right. I'm CS6. I still use that. I don't use the CC.
I have CS5.
Okay, it's not that old. I mean,
yeah,
it does
it
what it
works
needs to
fine.
do. Yeah, when I worked at the newspaper, we had before CS. So it was some version before CS even started. You know, I don't know, I think it was 7 or something like that. Like,
yeah, I think I remember that even.
Yeah, that's what
that was a long time ago.
Right, and it worked good enough. I mean, it all, it works.
Yeah, it's definitely a very useful and flexible program. Like there's pretty much nothing you can't do with it.
Right. And nobody could ever know everything that's in it. There's so much,
Yeah, for sure. I probably don't know half of what's in there.
Right, and I know a lot. I don't know. And yeah, I think it's impossible for anyone to know everything that's in there.
All right. Do you have any tips for women, or I guess guys as well, if we have any guys listening to this podcast, who are interested in turning their creative passions into their own business? And what would you say are the most important lessons you have learned on this creative journey of entrepreneurship?
Well, I would say follow your heart for sure and do what you love. And you definitely need determination, right? Or I think that's a big part of it. Let's see, what important lessons? Never give up. Just keep going and believe in yourself and don't get discouraged. And I do also, believe on, thinking positive thoughts and things like that. I do journaling and a little bit of meditation. I'm not that good at that one, but, I think that all helps, if you just stay positive and keep reading and learning and discovering, new avenues or I don't know, Facebook, there's so much even to learn just on Facebook, in all those different groups. I'm like loving it. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that. And one thought I just had, would you say that you in a way manifested your web design career as a result of some of the work that you're already doing, like some mindset or energy work or anything like that? Would you say you kind of attracted this opportunity to get into this career?
I definitely did. It happened very quickly. I like I said, the one job was contracted, ended, and within 2 months, my website was built. I knew how to do WordPress. All my packages, everything, it was all done within like 2 months without even thinking. It just happened, the name and everything. I don't know. So that would definitely be manifesting and along the way too, I've been working with people all over the world, which is so cool, even before I started the business and during this business now, I've got people all over the world. I just did a book cover for a lady in Mexico last week.
Awesome. That's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So would you say you didn't even really consciously set an intention to start this kind of career? It just kind of came as an answer to maybe questions you were asking, not even so consciously, or
not so consciously, but yet maybe, because when I was in school in the second degree, the instructor is like, what do you want? And I'm like, I want to be able to work at home in my pajamas. And I got I don't really do that. Well, I guess sometimes, but I try to get up and get dressed, but yes. So I guess that was my intention and that's what I got.
You got your wish. Yeah.
I certainly did.
Yeah. I love it when that happens. And
yes.
I really see, sometimes we can make this manifesting thing really complicated, but it's really not. Like when I look back at my own journey, like so much just unfolded as a result of very simple questions or intentions. For example, what brings me joy? That's been one of my main manifesting boosters. Just asking that question, and then so much can unfold from there.
That's a good question. I'm writing it down.
What does freedom mean to you? I guess you already mentioned working from home and not having to get dressed, working in your pajamas if you want to. Is there anything else that you would include in your vision of freedom, what freedom means to you, especially in connection with being an entrepreneur and business owner?
I would say I definitely have freedom and balance now. I know the first couple of years were rough, because you gotta kind of work all the time. But now, if I need to run for my daughter at school, or if I want to go on a nature trail in the afternoon on a beautiful day like today, it's just gorgeous out, or plant some flowers or something, I can, it's my time. I can do whatever, whatever feels right.
I love that. And so you do have like some flexibility with your time too. I remember that was one of my challenges when I was still doing like freelance work, and I did some web design, and I was also a copywriter. So one of my challenges was to I had this vision of freedom and what I wanted to create in my life, but then I always felt so overloaded with client work that in a way I felt like I couldn't take time off to do all those things. Was that ever a challenge for you, or and if yes, how did you master that challenge, and how did you create that space for yourself?
It was absolutely a challenge in the beginning. I guess how I created this space would be in the morning. I would always take the time for me. I would do my treadmill and shower and do, any chores or meditation or any journaling, things like that, before I got started for the day. Because once I get started, like nothing else happened but work. I would work until pretty much bedtime, So every morning I would try to do, and I still do that. I try to do, anything I need to for me. In the first couple of years, like I said, where I was working probably every weekend and, nonstop. And now, I don't know, it kind of settled down and balanced out. And now it's a really good balance. I'm very responsible and determined to get my stuff done and to make sure I'm productive every day. So I get done whatever needs to get done too. I've got that drive. I don't know. So I guess it now creates balance. I, have lists of things that need to be done that are always usually way longer than it's possible to get them done. But I just check them off. I kind of now make it for the week rather than for the day, and add-ins for the day too. But that seems to help. I don't know.
Yeah, I love that. And I love how you said that you really like to take time for yourself first in the mornings. I think that's really key to creating those pockets of time, or the balance. I think that's one thing I had to do as well, and had to learn as well, to not always, put everybody else first, and actually say, okay, there's something important that I want to do for myself. So I'm actually going to give myself permission to do that first, and then come back to my work with a full cup. So, I've filled up myself first, and then I find also everything else flows much more easily and effortlessly in work too, because I guess you can focus on it more as well, and you don't feel like you're putting yourself and your own needs on hold. So that's really beautiful.
Yes.
All right. We're almost getting to the end of this call already, or to the end of my list of questions that I have for you today. But I did want to ask you if there's anything else you would like to share with us, with our audience, before we end this episode. Any messages that are coming through, or anything that you'd like to share?
I've recently become obsessed with crystals. Do you like crystals?
Yeah, I do. I don't have any here on my desk right now, but I do like crystals.
I have a ton, but I want to show you this one that I've got over here that is like my favorite. Selenite is my favorite, and I know they can't see this. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, this is beautiful. It's huge too.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I love
Oh my gosh.
selenite. I have a little selenite heart somewhere
Uh-huh.
um, that I got I got a lot of my crystals actually when I was traveling. So I picked them up like in different places on this earth. And that selenite heart. I think selenite is really great for cleansing and has a really gentle energy. So I
Yes,
really
and
like it.
charging too. It's supposed to charge
Mm.
all the other ones when it touches them.
Mm. Oh, I didn't know that. I think
Yeah.
it's a really beautiful one for this current new moon energy as well.
Yes.
Mm.
This was my first one. Just a little.
Oh, that's pretty.
I like it when they're not polished and they've got the grooves. I don't know. I like to touch the grooves, but
Mm.
I guess they can't see that. So
Yeah, there's a crystal store here in the area, not far from here, and they have some pretty nice selenite ones too. Just thinking maybe I should stop by there today, get
right,
one.
right. Get one
And
that's the unpolished, and here's another one that's unpolished. They're so neat. I don't know.
oh yeah, and it's beautiful. I really love the energy of those. I
Yes.
really can feel it through the screen.
Cool. That is so cool.
Just almost feeling tempted to get a couple of my crystals. Do you mind?
Yes. No, I don't mind at all. Absolutely.
They're not far. They're just in a drawer here. Yay, let's have some fun with crystals.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I'm just going to show you a couple of my favorites. And I got those from that store. This is
Oh, wow.
a kyanite, I think.
That is really cool.
Right. I have to look this up. Kyanite, yeah. And I got this about a year ago, and
I love that.
it's supposed to, well, it's definitely connected to the throat chakra. It's supposed to help you get in touch with your truth and your authenticity. And I feel this one's really helped me on that journey last year when I was constantly asking that question, who am I really and what really brings me joy? I think this one really helped.
It's beautiful. I get it right. You're going to have to send me the name of that one. Is that like this thing here?
It is a little similar, but I think it's not the same. Do you know what that is?
I have a card for it here somewhere. Let me look. Not sure. Show me what else you've got.
This one is a petalite, and it's supposed to help with angelic communication and access to the higher realms. I really like the energy of this one. It's really gentle, and it's got kind of a cleansing energy too.
It's beautiful.
Just gonna read still got this here. I got it from the Elphinstone store.
Elphinstone?
Stone to access higher realms and have connections to angelic forces brings a deep sense of calm and clarity to thoughts, elevates your spirit to enjoy a place of peace and healing.
Very cool. That one that I showed you is lepidolite and mica.
Yeah, I think I've seen those before. I don't think I have any of those.
It's for crown chakra. Let's see. The natural combination of these two crystals provides limitless uses. Some of those discovered so far include activates the throat, heart, and third eye chakras, opens the crown chakra, helping you to become aware of subtle energies in both yourself and elsewhere, reduces hopelessness and stress. Stone of transition, helping you through life and life changes and rebirth. Excellent for business pursuits, helps you love, accept, and trust yourself. Helps with gardening by aligning forces to product abundant growth. Calms the heart, helps digestion, wrinkles. Oh my God, it keeps going on and on.
Yeah, it sounds like a good stone to have. It covers a lot of things.
Yeah, it's really fragile though. It's like this super thin.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
And it's like see-through too.
Yeah, it almost looks like glass. It's hard to tell kind of seeing it through the screen.
Like lavender, like a light purple.
Yeah, I can see the reflection of the light, but it does look transparent or translucent.
Yeah, you can see like, man, it's not gonna work.
That's okay. And do you use crystals for like very specific purposes in your business too, like for protection or cleansing or?
I'm starting to. I didn't 2 months ago, but now I've got like collections of them. I don't know. Can you see this? I have so many. And this is just some of them. I'm just right here on my desk. I don't know. When I do my meditations and journaling and stuff, here's somewhere.
That's beautiful.
Thank you. I'll hold on to them, and I've been hearing more and more about like hold one on your forehead, and then to your heart as you're doing your meditations. A few more. I just started collecting these, believe it or not. I've been going crazy.
Yeah, I definitely feel that crystals can really help to create a nice high vibration in my space. Like when I have them in my workspace, I feel I'm not as sensitive to some of the crappy energies that can sometimes come in through Facebook or through the internet. And I feel I'm in a more protected space. And I guess what happens is when we have certain vibrations in our environment, even though ultimately everything comes from within ourselves, but I feel that those so in order for us to exist in the same space with these vibrations, we actually have to energetically attune ourselves to those frequencies. So when we have those really beautiful vibrations in our space, we kind of get attuned, or like our own vibration becomes more similar. So when we have the higher vibrations, we're more protected, or whatever it may be. But I just feel it really helps with sensitivity as well. If you're a sensitive person in business and spending a lot of time online.
I would agree. I would agree. Good point.
This is pretty. Is this clear quartz?
Yes.
Oh, I love those too.
That one I actually got last year or the year before. So I guess I have been collecting them for a while. But just recently I bought a lot of them.
Awesome. All right. I'm going to have to bring this call to an end pretty soon, but one last thing I wanted to ask you, if there's anybody who's listening or watching to the video right now who would like to work with you or get in touch with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you? What's your website, and where can we find you?
My website is thefeatheranink.com. And I believe my Facebook would be the same. Let me see really quick what my business page is.
I will definitely include the links in the show notes as well, and I'll have everything in a blog post on my website, so you can just go and click there. You can send me the link after this call too, and then I'll just include that.
Okay, wonderful. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tami, for being here on this episode with me today. I had a lot of fun talking to you and playing with the crystals.
Yes, me too.
Getting to know you better. And I also wanted to say thank you to everybody who is listening or watching this episode right now. And I look forward to being back with my next episode very soon, probably next week.